Attention car shoppers. Right now at South Carolina Federal Credit Union, you can get a new or used auto loan and pay nothing until 2024. And no payments for 90 days means nothing out of pocket going into the new year. Plus, we have flexible rates and terms, so you could make the best financial choice for you. Learn more at scfederal.org/auto loans. That's scfederal.org/auto loans. Certain restrictions apply. Existing South Carolina federal credit loans are excluded.
Oh man, well, here we go again. You know, it might not be Wednesday, but it's Thursday and the energy's still all the same. We're going to have to pick up from where we left off, of course, because we're going to go with the show that started it all, where everything really began. Welcome to the J-Man Show here on
J360 Radio!
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey, how's it going, J360 Legion? What is up? It is J-Man, of course, back for, let's see, is it to episode 88? I think it's 288 because we are still on the road to 300 episodes here for the J-Man Show. And not to mention, we're breaking accolades all over the place. I managed to get a few more achievements here from Spreaker just by doing this series, you know? You know, it's the quality of the episodes and it's the ratings, and those of you that are actually enjoying the content here, you know, I got to give a special thank you to you all. I got to say, like, you know, it's cool that you guys are listening, learning, and hopefully living better lives and all that stuff, because I take a look at the mainstream of things, man, and, you know, some people are mad. Some people get mad at J-Man for doing what he does and stuff like that. Some people really get bent out of shape about it, you know? And I got to say, let me just take a few moments to think. So... there you go. Am I going to stop with the way I do things? Let me think about it. No. Not at all. Because you know why? There's stories that need to be told. And then not only that, the dysfunction of things, the stereotypes of things, the bad misinformation and perceptions of the way that people are told things, and the warped images and how they see you and think that they can mistreat you, even though... you know, at the same time, it don't fly. Not in J-Man's camp anyway. And the truth is, I've been seeing that for quite some time this year, and it's only January, which is the name of the last mini-bite that happened. Which, by the way, about the mini-bites are now officially 4 years old. They've been 4 years old for about a couple of weeks, but I'll tell you this. I look back on everything, and it had it was like a big anniversary for it. And I was like, oh my God. See, like sometimes, you know, when you get so into doing things, running into motion, you know, I just talked about the achievements of the J-Man Show, but then I looked and I saw the achievements of the mini bites. So yeah, 4 years of doing that. So, hey, things are upgrading here, especially the 2 weekly shows on J360 Radio. You know, you gotta be like, this is something to enjoy. Like right here, this is to appreciate. I mean, regular old Grand Slam and everything. And like I say, sometimes the road can seem like it gets bumpy. But the thing about it is, it's like, we carry it on through it, man. We're on the terrain right now, you know, doing this episode even. And I know I had to push back a little bit because I was working on, like, I was working on a lot of the programming R&D that I was supposed to do tonight. I went ahead and made a shift because I wanted to go ahead and try something new along with preparing Project Conference 2. So that's landing tomorrow, and I got Neon Black Dreams on it. But as I was going about my first speech, let me go ahead and take care of that train of thought. weird ass perceptions, guys. Like, even on my day job, like, you know, I've noticed how people look at me and how they try to say certain things. I've noticed, like, when people try to make it sound, oh, he just here, oh, you know, he just says it, but I'm telling a story. I'm telling the real stories about things. And the problem with people's perception is, and whether they want to believe this or not, and whether they can handle it or not, sometimes the stuff is wrong. All right? Yeah, I'll talk about politics on my show because you won't. Yeah, I'll talk about the history of things that's going on. Yeah, something doesn't seem to be right and you need to say something about it. Remember Sarkeesian tactics? Everything is racist, everything's offensive, and you got to call it out. And the truth is, look, you're getting in the way of livelihoods with this stuff. You're getting in the way of, like, when gurus tell you, like, oh, you're not really living to the fullest, you're not really doing all this stuff, and they tell you this stuff in broad strokes, where at the same time, like, they're not telling people anything that they haven't heard before. We've all went through a lot of these things. Stop having a damn ego high off of it, you know, off of people that are not living the same life you are. If you are making it, and if you are doing great by however you set yourself out here, and you know you did it the right way where it doesn't hurt anybody, doesn't steal from anybody, and you know pretty much you're just being nonchalant about things, that's good on you. But life can be complicated for others, and life can be damn near unfair to quite a lot of the mass populace out here. Now, you can go blame Joe Biden if you want to. You can go blame Donald Trump. You can go blame all this stuff. You know who I would blame at this point? Probably myself. I would look inwards and look at myself and say, hey, what have I been doing myself lately? If I've been making strides and progress, then I'm doing fine. You know, me as a person. Me as where I need to be. I'm not in my final form. I'm not in my final form even with J360 Productions. Everything is in scale and growth. And you know the truth is, I love every damn minute of it. It might not be something I like all the time, but that's what I do. The funny part is, like, when people try to write you off, I saw, like, other people in either these incel forums or in, like, these, if you're not making it with that person and if you're not able to feel as though, like, something good is going here, let them go. The hell with them. Don't worry about if they make it out okay or not. Just wish them a good life. Keep on going. And when you wish them a good life, you know, you don't have to stick to that. Just go ahead and do your thing. A lot of people forget to take care of themselves and remember their self-respect. Everybody has an opinion, much like they have an asshole. And I'm not going to finish the rest of that whole thing because, you know, it starts to stink. But the truth is that, guess what? What about yourself? You know? It's just like how everybody has an opinion on whether somebody lives minimalistically or lives, like, you know, in a state of luxury or all. Like, you know, you got this great sound system and everything all taken care of. Or if you're somebody that has a stereo system, but you get a similar effect to what the person with the great giant stereo system has. You know? Or, like, say, like, you know, you sleep on a futon for a while, but you're managing your rent. And you got, like, a little TV and a hot plate over there. If that's where you're living life for right now, then that's okay in the beginning. Because that's survivalist. When you don't have nothing at all, that's a problem. And, you know, I see it a lot. I see, like, where people make comments on things. I see, like, where women come out of the woodwork and they try to talk about men's struggles, men plight, and all that kind of stuff. And they know they never even lived it. Yeah, you can listen to the stories that we tell you and regurgitate that. But as for, like, actual practice and stuff, you don't know a damn thing about it. Unless you know about your own survival story, and that is a little bit different because your survival story is probably different than mine. Stop worrying about how other people live, all right? If you have a living and you're making it and you're doing the dire straits, I hope you know that most of these institutions around here are doomed to fail and they don't want us to live. Inflation is up, don't want you to live. All those other things regarding, like, what we take for granted and all, now you see the price tag to those things. They don't want you to have certain things. You understand what I'm saying? Just like when you build a business and you know, oh, well, that's just his little hobby or whatever. That is so stupid and tactless. When somebody's building a business and they're putting something together, I hate to burst your bubble, but I will. I don't want you to break your pride, but I got to. I never worked for your ass, but I'll kick it for free. You understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all deserve a drop kick. Because at the end of the day, you should not be talking this stuff like that. Your opinion is your opinion. Keep it to your damn self, will ya? Because some people are trying to make it. They're trying to do great things. If you manage to pay off some overhead and if you manage to keep your taxes in check in addition to building your own brand, you're doing all right. When you get that figures of income coming in and stuff like that, and if your wife's saying that stuff, your wife has no damn idea what the hell she's talking about. She need to be patient. Some people around here are too soaked in their ego and their entitlements to the point of seeing what real form of things are. You might start a business and not make a profit from it the first year, but because all of the money that's in there is to keep the damn thing afloat. Now in about like a year or two, you might start making a little bit, and then like all that stuff just flushes down, but you're taking it and putting it into something else so you can have some generational wealth and growth. Some of y'all do this stuff right. And the thing about it is you have to trust your process. You know, it's so weird to me. The thing is, like, the more I go into this whole industry, even at 36, because I know, like, I'm never going to stop. I love doing this stuff, but there's another side to it that ain't so nice. There's another side of it where, like, people will start, you know, acting up their entitlements, or they'll go ahead and they'll be like, I have subscribers. Okay, yeah, blow it out your ass. I don't care. I have organic growth in people that actually talk to me, not a bunch of no-names that, hey, I'm trying to say, you know, I need you to buy this gift for me, or I need you to go ahead and do all this extra stuff for me because I want to go take a trip to Italy. Are you going to take me with you? That's my question to that nonsense. And then like some of y'all out here that are going hand over fist trying to buy and wine and dine this person and they don't respect you. Stop it. Cut the cord, drop it like a bad habit. Get the hell on out of it. And note, I'm not saying men, and I'm not saying any of this Tate stuff or whatever the hell you all have a hard on with these days. I'm talking about in terms of paying attention to what's really going on. It's all about respect, baby. It's a two-way street. And the problem is that even the most popular YouTuber or the most popular podcaster or the most popular comedian, whomever it is, you know, stop going ahead and trying to feed them this way. You know what I mean? You reach out, you talk, and apparently like this, if they go at you on a level like, you know, I don't really feel comfortable talking to you, you just gonna have to take it. But if you go ahead and you give them gifts, you give them all this kind of stuff, you just give them free stuff on the cost of your back. It's not like when you buy a shirt from them and they get the money to keep that business afloat. It's a lot different. Gifts are gifts, purchases are purchases in another way. Do you understand? And the sad part about it is people don't see that kind of stuff. And you got to really pay attention to the waters, to the plants that you water, to those that you elevate and stuff like that. Because, you know, some plants, like I said, they provide air or they provide, like, something really, really special for you. Or they provide, like, you know, fruits and veggies. That's a beautiful thing. But then there are other plants that don't. Then there are other things that really don't care for you. You know? There's some that, you know, you water them enough, they grow like vines and become like similar to a Venus flytrap. Soak you right in and eat you. And then there are others that are plastic and they're not about anything. Why the hell are you watering it? This is just people. And anyone you elevate can have a giant ego trip. I mean, I had a little bit of one at one time. Until I kind of gutted it. Had to do what I had to do. It wasn't growing. It wasn't making anything fine for me. Like right now, I still, like, you know, I can be sarcastic, snappy at people and all that kind of stuff. But that's part of who I am. In addition to, like, I'm really, really telling the truth. Like, if I don't tolerate that dumb stuff right off the bat, I don't tolerate it. If something doesn't seem to be right in my chat room, I'm not going to keep that stuff around. I'm going to kick it out. Whatever it is. Respect the game. Just like some of these women around here, like, believe women. Yeah, slay, queen, slay. If it doesn't look good to me, I'm not going to be about it. If there's a dangerous present behind it, or if there's an ulterior motive, if there's something that's really, really stinking about it, I don't want nothing to do with it. And it's a choice at that point. And that's what you need to be about. Like, at the end of the day, I could go ahead and, you know, do a giant rant about, like, how bad people are and, you know, all this other extra stuff, if you will. But get the hint. Like, if you know that you're not getting anything in return, you're going to have to cut this. That person is not with you. All that kind of stuff. You're just going to have to get out of the false sense of things. And you got to get into what's real. You got to get your mind taken care of before you do anything worrying about this kind of stuff. And it's so sad that it's so sad that you have to be told this, but somebody else is not going to tell you. Do you know, like, you have people out here saying, men need to be men. Men need to not give into their emotions. Okay, well, you shut the hell up because you're giving the wrong advice. If you're a man and you know emotions are a part of your genetic makeup, listen to them a little bit. But grow from them. Feel from them. Become a little bit more. And then, all that other stuff about, like, alpha males don't do any of this stuff. I don't want to be in your damn reindeer games anyway, you sons of bitches. Shut up. There's nothing good from that side of the neighborhood, man. If anything, I don't teach people to be any more than be yourself, think for yourself, do the best you can. But don't be trying to rip off of people. Don't be trying to hurt people. And don't be trying to steal from people. And at the same time, stop trying to crush people down to make yourself feel big. You're not big. It's just like if you're in a partnership with other content creators and one of them goes and creates something and then they don't tell you about it, but they go ahead and they send you like something that they made like 3 weeks or whatever prior. Something is wrong with that. Partners talk to each other. That's how businesses and tribes thrive. In relationships, communication is the most important thing. If you can't communicate and be real with things and have like some of the most awkward conversations or some of those conversations that once again, it's not going to be conversations that should be aired on television. But you're in a relationship with this person. You got to talk. You got to communicate. If you got a problem with the way my lifestyle is, why don't you just say something? And here's the thing. Say something and don't put it on damn Twitter. Try that for a change. It's not everything need to be a meme, man. And not everything needs to be like everybody's business. Like your overall opinion. I could give a damn about your opinion. I'll take your opinion, wipe my butt with it, and throw it in your face. That's what I think about your opinion. Like I said, if this was Toontown and all that kind of stuff, and I was the only human remaining, I would happily throw dip all over you just to see you melt. Because you know what? Your complaining is done at that point. I have no problem laying the law down and telling it like it is, because this stuff don't make no sense. It's about respect. If you respect me as a content creator, you wouldn't have a problem talking to me on that level. If there was a relationship and I was in it with you, we a team. We supposed to be the first team before anybody else, our followers, our friends, and all that kind of stuff. But people forgot about that a long time ago, too. Like nowadays, did you know, because she's single, she's strong. Her narrative is important because she's a single person. Okay, if that's all that is to it, then don't complain about not having somebody. Don't be over there talking about like all men this. Don't be over there talking about all women that. Don't be over there talking about like fellow gays and all that kind of stuff, doing them open letters like y'all do. Because at the end of the day, the stuff doesn't make any sense. And not only that, you'll cringe in all this quirks that you say that we need to accept. We don't accept it. This stuff's stupid. Show some respect for yourself on what you put out here. We accept you for whatever way you want to live your lifestyle and all that kind of jazz, but the rest of it is all up to you. And the thing is that there are going to be people out here who really don't care, don't like you like that, don't see you as a certain way. And the best thing you can do is shatter that ego and shatter that stereotype by just doing your damn thing. Don't worry about interacting with that person because they're going to be looking over your stuff. And, just like people that hate me, eventually you're going to buy a shirt. So I ain't worried about that. You see what I'm saying? And then, all these motivational... And see, the thing is, that stuff's in broad strokes. So when it's out there in broad strokes, you're going to go ahead and say, whatever you want to say. You're going to interpret it the way you best can. And that's good on you, I guess, once again, as long as you ain't hurt nobody. But once again, these narratives out here are stupid. If you are proud of being single and all that kind of stuff, you would not complain about not having nobody. You be fine the way you are. There's nothing wrong with being open to seeing somebody that's cool around you and stuff like that. And trust me, I know. There's quite a lot of girls I want to get to know. But there's one at the front of the line. She knows she is. But the thing about it is like, the way I say about that stuff is, see, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. You're lonely as hell if you keep posting memes and all that kind of stuff about all these other things. That's a cry for help. You need to talk to somebody. And the truth is, somebody be like, nah, it couldn't get strength. You don't know what the hell strength is unless you've seen it in its varying qualities. You understand what I'm saying? And then not too long ago, I saw something where like they had the Rugrats all grown up, but not like the show. Like they were actual adults, had kids and stuff. Quite a lot of them were already married, had their kids and all, but they had Susie Carmichael up there. But because she's black, she got to be the black woman on there, single, holding her own with 2 kids. Now, I don't know if you've actually seen the show or not, but Susie never really had those kind of problems. You understand what I'm saying? Susie was an icon. Susie had like, wasn't she a singer at some point and she was doing okay for herself? And, she always had like a good group of friends around and stuff. See, the thing is that considering how ridiculous the institutions around us are and how they want to perceive things, she got to be the sassy black woman or something. Or she got to be the black woman who, ain't got no man, but probably has a lesbian lover and all that kind of stuff. They would run with that angle to the T because that's the way they see black people nowadays. They see black people as not as people. They see black people, much like they see regular gay people, as an experiment. Hey, it needs to be out there. It's the fact. They don't see us as people. They see us as those that can be exploited. They see us as those that can be used and abused in so many ways. And they already know what the problem is, but they ain't going to try to solve a damn thing because guess what? Black culture is represented by the biggest consumers in the world. You see what I'm saying? Nike wouldn't be a damn thing if it wasn't for Black America. You think about it. Any of these brands that, once again, will happily showcase, any of these things. Usually there's a few Negroes up in there that they market into, and then they will happily try to exploit and make it seem like we ain't got no problems at all, or, keep them separate, and that way, you ain't got to worry about none of that stuff. Trust me, even when Black Lives Matter, all them brands saying that we stand with it, and then here's the thing, they don't really say nothing about it. Till it's time to say something about it. You should be about it for all seasons. See what I'm saying? But going back to the Susie Carmichael thing, I know like another content creator took the Susie portrait and went ahead and changed Susie around to being happily married with a black man and a black doctor, by the way, because they exist. And the 2 kids are happy and all. Because let me just tell you this, stable, 2-income black families, they exist. Y'all, it's mind blown, right? A lot of y'all run right here act like none of that stuff ever happens. It's the damnedest thing, but guess what? Sometimes it happens. There are black men out here that stick by with their woman, even if she's problematic and all sorts of things and needs to kind of like ease up and remember like lifestyle's always going to be different. But for the kids' sake, staying there and holding it down, and you know what? They're happy. They ain't always at each other's throats. You understand what I'm saying? If there's one misguided look at things, it's always a minority relationship. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to speak on behalf of, like, all the details because y'all can't handle it and there ain't enough time in the show to do that. But, yeah, there are moments where, like, families break apart. There are moments where, the dad runs off. And, like, Hollywood, of all places, happily exploits that. Oh, yeah, he got problems with his dad and all that kind of stuff. Dad never came back to raise him and everything else. It's a big hole. But then you got to look at the ones that are involved, the adults involved in all this. And, like, when it comes down to any relationship, the 2 people involved should know what they're working out before worrying about whatever the hell the families don't like each other, any of that stuff. The hell with the families. When it's a relationship and there's kids involved, you got to work it out. You got to hash it out. Right then and there. I'd like to say so. Because it's a little bit different at that point. And then there's got to be strong role models out here. You know what I mean? There's got to be some hobbies out here too. And the truth is like the village needs to be together, but the village is sick. And been sick for a long time with all these crazy ass, misguided and otherwise jaded views of how people live their lives. I could go ahead and give you a lot of life advice at best. And I do sometimes, but the thing about it is, results vary. My lifestyle is different than your damn lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, my day job, like some of them people don't even think that I have a college degree. Or they probably think like I just got the job because, I knew somebody on the inside. Or think all that other stuff. And you know what? Here's the funny part about that. I'm going to scare the living hell out of you if you ever think of stuff like that. There ain't no handouts here. I busted my ass to do all the stuff that I do. The reason why I can say this is because you can't tell me shit. That's why. Do you understand? My story is very rich, and the things that I do is a lot different than yours. And you know what? You can go ahead and try to compare notes with me. I don't give a damn. I don't want your homework. I got my own. That's why I'm building this brand and everything. And I inspired a lot of different people, apparently. But, at the same time, though, like I said, once again, the ones that really are angry at me about stuff, and that's cute if you are. That's cute if you are. It's not about your sorry ass at that point. It's about what I got to do. And you in the way. So, you know what I do to those in the way? I super kick them out the way. That's simple as that. Or happily throw them out. Go tell somebody who cares. Because I'm here to shatter egos. I'm here to go ahead and break stereotypes down. I'm here to go ahead and let you know, hey, it's okay to look at women sometimes, but when women go ahead and tell you all their drama and stuff like that, it's okay to walk away. And then there are times when, there's a narrative that try to say all men are this. It's okay to look at that and just give the middle finger because it's effing wrong. While at the same time, go ahead and be the exception to the rule about things. And keep in mind, I'm not being a nice guy. I'm being J-Man. I don't need to be a damn nice guy. I don't need to be a good guy. I don't need to be a villain. I just need to exist for me. And enjoy me while I'm here. And at the end of the day, whether I'm all those things I just listed off, once again, that is up to you and your mind. Just like coming over here, I ain't going to force you to do anything. Be about this or don't. But when I speak my piece, I mean, people listen. And my presence is that strong. And I'm only going to get stronger as I go about things. And I'm just, like I said before, I'm always working on me. I keep my ego in check, but I'm going to kick the shit out of yours. Put it that way. Especially if you come around here with your subscriber count, your follower this, and all this other stuff. It's like at the end of the day, who really cares? How many views and how many downloads you get? I get enough. Not to mention I get taken care of pretty good with some of this income coming in. But I don't need to flaunt my wealth. Because is it really wealth if I need to flaunt it? It's one of them things that you got to think about as a person. And the truth is that, like I said before, I'm single. But the beautiful part about it is I'm not going to feel guilty for being single. I'm not going to feel like, I'm a second-class citizen just because none of y'all know how to actually go on a date. Or how to actually go about building yours. Or to actually, once again, there is a world issue. Well, guess what? I'm being one that is an exception to the rule. Because I'm fighting for me all the time. Do you fight for you all the time? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? You ever think about that sometime? And yeah, from time to time, there's got to be a minority out there doing their empowerment speeches and stuff like that. Well, you all do an empowerment speech every week. I see it on, actually not every week, every damn day. I see it on social media all the time. And then the funny part is, you talk and say that stuff, but you ain't applying a damn thing. So, at best, let's just go ahead and say this. Much like the body positivity movement, much like quite a lot of this stuff that goes on here, or Operation Sexual Freedom, whatever the hell it is nowadays, whatever the flavor of the month is, y'all go ahead and jump on to, because we still got 11 more months of this damn year to ride through. I'm going to happily put an asterisk next to what the hell you're doing, because you're not really about it. And you can tell the ones that ain't really about it. Because at the after party, woo, I tell you, you see the thing about this? I don't drink, but your sorry ass does, don't you? And when you drink, boy, all of that off the record come out. Don't think I don't see it, because I have, and everybody else around there has, and the one that pretty much screwed you over and stuff like that, because there's always one out there, seen it too. There's quite a lot of that going on. So yeah, like I said before, if you having a good time, you talking and all that kind of stuff, be mindful of who you're talking to, because all walks of life come in and all walks of life listen. And let me just say this, they're not always your friend. And while we're on the subject here, your enemies have nothing to hide from you because they already hated you from the jump. But your friends, though, keep an eye on your friends, because let me just say this, some people that are in your friends group happily put an asterisk next to their name when they start pulling some real shady stuff. And I mean really, really look at them from time to time, because some of that stuff don't make no sense. Ain't nobody got time for that bullshit. I mean, I get like a lot of us out here, especially in the content creator game, we trying to get noticed. We trying to get where we need to be. There's always somebody trying to peddle something. Yeah, I can get you so many views. I can get you so many listens. I can get you so many likes. Oh yeah, I'm going to ride off of the project that I just made for a little while. You know what I mean? Other people will see that. Yeah, that's good. That's very nice. Whatever. If you really want to be about this thing, you got to keep putting stuff up, no matter who sees it or not. No matter whether the algorithm got something to say. Let's fight the algorithm for a while. No matter what any of these people out here that can't handle when somebody has something viable to say. You need to keep speaking. You need to keep running. You need to keep doing the thing. It's like going to the gym. And the truth is that, yeah, you worry about what other people think. I mean, the list goes on and on, but like I say, do it like, you think I'm trapped with you. Vice versa, fool, you trapped with me. This is my world, you live in it. Simple as that. All the time. Even on days when it seems like it don't feel like it, a lot of new coming in. Things are going to change, and they have to. The old ways are not working anymore. Like, sometimes when I look at it, it's like, why is the 5-day work week that important? Like, maybe we should go back to, or actually go towards 4-day week. Offices at best, I know why offices exist. Because that's somebody else's job. Third-party people make money off of cleaning these business offices out. Not to mention, certain companies make money providing internet services and all that. That's somebody else's job, too. There's a lot of money tied up in these office buildings. That's why they want you to go to the office all the time. But once again, because we have remote work, I want to do all that. And remote work is important, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it doesn't work out for everybody. There should always be a damn choice in things. And I always say that a lot. It's like, why's it got to be a one and done sort of situation when there can be a choice about things? I've noticed that for a long damn time. It's kind of like, when people try to compare what I do here to somebody else and what they do over there. Damn that. I don't give a damn about your marginalized comparison. You take your Venn diagram and shove it. All your analytical reports and all that kind of stuff. It don't mean anything right now. Where we start at in the beginning of the month, all the way to the end of the month, that's a little different. But you don't need to be comparing people and so we're all different. Variety is the spice of life. So shatter that ego too. Do your thing. Like I say, you do great things and that's cute. Be about yourself over there. And like I say, if you got partnership with various other creators and stuff, if y'all don't come together and talk at least 1 week or 1 month, it's not a partnership. Do you understand? That's just somebody, once again, doing the free riding, coat riding problem all the time. There's always going to be somebody like that out there who ain't contributing and ain't doing enough. And I'm not talking about the one person that buys gear and, is in on, the shows and all that kind of stuff. That's different. That is somebody who's collaborating. I'm talking about the one person that in the shadows, I'm going to create my own, but I ain't going to show anybody anything. Oh, yeah, this will be all right. Yeah, you need to talk sometimes. You want to be about this community, and you want to be about pushing and producing things, you need to talk to other producers too. Like, even myself, I do. I talk to other creators. Even if there's times where, being sociable, it's like this. People can drain you if you're being sociable. There's always character assassination all over the place, but like I say, here's how you stop being paranoid about it. Just remember this, you're going to die someday, but you're going to have to leave an impact. And the truth is, if you're ready to go to war, let's go to war. Don't be afraid to fight for your peace. All right? Tens upon millions had to fight for their freedom, and they died for it. The truth is, you can do the same damn thing here on the digital playground, too. But at the same time, don't be kicking other people down to go ahead and keep your throne high. That's the worst damn thing about it. Like I said, at the end of the day, I ain't no random person. I ain't Paul Joe from the street. I am a better person than what you perceive me as. And not to mention this, if there was a little respect in the game, you wouldn't be trying to bury me. And if you try to bury me, I'm going to grab the shovel and I'm going to hit you in the damn face with it, and you're going to be the buried one. And the truth is that at that point, I'm not even looking in your direction because I'm looking where I'm at. And I've made it pretty good. Now I'm going to go a little bit further. Do you see what I'm saying? And the stupidity of other people is when they try to write you off and stuff like that. Don't worry about, that cool fancy design t-shirt you bought there? That's really nice. That's really cool. Look at what it says on the side of it, fool. You just bought my t-shirt. Thank you. And by the way, you're welcome. That's the way to see it. Or when people go ahead and try to act a certain way and stuff like that, and then they get saddled with what they thought was a winner trying to be a loser because they keep making excuses but they don't make no results, laugh at them sometimes. But don't do it in front of them, all the stuff. In the back of your mind, do it. There's ways of being classy about these things. But at the end of the day, they did it to themselves. Because they were so sure about everything. You know? All that blatant bullshit out here in the world, and this is the result of it. Whereas at the same time, you're going to have to cut off the bullshit. You're going to have to walk away from the clown shows sometime. And you're just going to have to remember who you are and why you're here and why you do the things that you do. And I remember every damn time I do the J-Man show, whether it's on Wednesday or Thursday. And if you can't handle the J-Man show and stuff like that, I don't want to expect to see you at jams. Because I think it's funny as hell when people try to say, oh yeah, I love the Jam show, but I'm scared of the J-Man show. And as you should be. Because J-Man shit's sometimes too real for you. I experienced these things. I had to thank all y'all stupidity for it. Not talking to the fan base. Y'all great. I love the fan base. I love the J360 Legion wholeheartedly. In addition to the Jam fam. But I'm talking to every single one of you average clowns out here. Any of you thinking you're going to get insta famous on TikTok, where, guess what? TikTok has a button whether you go viral or not. See, the whole thing about this social media game is, it's ran by people who are equally flawed and twice as ridiculous as you are. I ain't worried about being viral. I'm worried about nothing. I'm living for me. I'm doing what I got to do for me. I ain't thinking about any of that stuff except for the next level, where we're going to, how the Jam Fam's going to perform, and then not to mention, guess what? There's some more J360 TV coming up for all the fun things. And what are they? You will have to wait and see. But the crazy damn thing about it is like when you pay attention to people around here and you see how they act, like I said, start letting them loose. Don't hold on to people like that. Except for the ones that really want to see you succeed. The ones that come and talk to you. And the ones that actually treat you like a person in addition to like your title and all. Those are things to value. And like when you have somebody that really appreciates you for who you are and want to do for you and never ask anything ulterior out of it, like that one time I told y'all that story about that girl that wanted me to give her $40 like she was ever going to get at least a 20. She ain't going to get crap from me. I don't know what the hell I give off. I know I give off a great aura of a leader, but at the same damn time, I didn't give off aura as somebody who will give you money when I don't even know you, or somebody who'll just give you money because you got a good set of tits, or you got a great ass, or you got all this other stuff. All these accolades here mean shit to me. Because I've seen many and been with many. Do you understand? Hyper combo finish. I'm so sick of this crap nowadays. And sometimes here on the J-Man show, that's why I say it. I'm not going to tell you on jams. That's time for me to relax with music. But here on the J-Man show, you damn right. And if you can't handle it, well, guess what? You're more immature than I thought you were. And knowing damn well you pushing the 40, you might have to understand that. It's okay to move on from things. It's okay to put an asterisk, I should say, next to somebody's name. And it's okay to just be like, you know what? You don't like me, that's your business, and take your business and shove it in your damn face. Because now I gave you a reason not to like me. You understand what I'm saying? Gotta play the game smart, but also you need to respect the game too. And like I said, put some respect on my name because of all the things that I went ahead and did around here. And while we're on the subject here, it's still going to shine bright. And those that really feel insecure about it, stay in the dark because that's where your behind going to be at. All right? But until then, though, I got to get on out of here. Project Conference is happening tomorrow. Everything is back on the same way as it always is. Speaking of Project Conference, though, that will be happening at youtube.com/J360 Productions. And if you like what you're hearing tonight, please continue to subscribe and listen to
J360 Radio!
This is J-Man signing off. Peace.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.